As gardeners, we're accustomed to knowing where our food comes from, but what about all the other materials we use every day? Well, our next gardener has a passion for timber and wants to share it with you.
Every stick tells a story of where it's from. Wood isn't just a commodity, it has a story. It's the story of the farmer who grew the tree in the sawmill that cut it into timber. I'm Paul Haar. I'm an architect and an educator. 40 years ago, in my last year studying to become an architect, I found the gate to my garden path here at Ceres Community Environment Park. Back then, it was a municipal tip beside the Merri Creek, and I found myself captivated by people who had gathered here to dream of Ceres, a centre for education and research in environmental strategies. As one of Ceres' founding members, I came to see that, for me at least, there might be better ways to practice architecture, away from just building product and instead towards building community, caring for the earth through design and building process. Those formative years here, they brought me enough naive courage and a bare skeleton of experience to go and live with Indigenous Australians in East Gippsland, in Arnhem Land and in far north Queensland. And my hope there was to support them design and build their homes for themselves again in ways that were meaningful to them. In my younger years, I also had a dream to find me a small bare paddock in South Gippsland. And that's what my mum's family had also done when they were released from internment camps in northern Victoria at the end of the Second World War. They were originally from Germany and then Palestine before they came to Australia. My dad's family were fine furniture makers back in Palestine. And as kids, Dad gave us free rein to his shed. It was full of wood, tools and sawdust. And so it makes sense that trees and timber would be with me on my path as an architect. Down South Gippsland, this love of trees connected me with my neighbours, and together we formed the Archies Creek Reforestation Group. And with helpers from the city and the country, we managed to plant around 400,000 Indigenous trees and shrubs up and down the valley to create what's now a fabulous wildlife corridor between Western Port Bay and the Bass Coast. We've got so much cleared and underutilised grazing land in Australia, and we can reforest it for both environmental and for economic gain. Over the years, I've got to know some Victorian farmers who are doing just this, but they struggle to find ways to get their timber felled, milled and sold to a market that'll truly appreciate what they're grown. Ceres Fair Wood connects local tree farmers and small sawmillers with the flourishing green demographic amongst Melbourne's architects, builders, furniture makers and DIYers. And that encourages the tree farmers to plant again. Back in Melbourne, we're here at the Mullen Creek Eco Housing Estate. It was formerly an apple and pear orchard, and there are now 56 homes being built here with various architects and builders. I prepared a timber products guide to steer architects, builders and homeowners to timbers that are either recycled from a prior construction use or sourced from fast-grown local plantations. In recent years, this has become a common timber for framing new homes in Australia. It's Baltic pine, and it's from very slow-growing, cold climate forests of Russia and Eastern Europe. By continuing to use it, we're contributing to the accelerating decline of these very ancient forests. Each growth ring here represents a year in the life of a tree. I can count 29 growth rings. Judging from their curvature, I'd estimate to have come from a tree that was around 250 to 300 years of age. Here at Mullum Creek, we've required that new homes be framed using fast-grown local plantation timber. This is a piece of radiata pine, grown and milled around 3 hours drive from here, and I can count across this stick of wood only 3 years of growth. That's fast. At our timber yards, Baltic pine and radiata pine are stocked and sold as the very same framing wood. But take a quick squiz at the end grain, it'll tell you the story. This decking's sugar gum. It's a native to small pockets of South Australia. It grows fast and well in farm plantations through Western Victoria, and it's at least as durable and similarly priced to Mubu and Coomaroo. These posts are from the tops of plantation sugar gum trees. They're too skinny to mill into construction timber, would otherwise be pushed into a pile and burnt. This is Monterey cypress. It's grown in windbreaks on farms. Over time, these trees die. Here, the timber's been salvaged for a second life as a durable wall cladding material. So all the profits from Ceres Fair Wood come back here to Ceres Community Park to support environmental education and also for terrific things like this. It's a play space for little kids and for big kids. The timber is Monterey cypress, and this is Terrawanda. Wood's not just a commodity, it comes with a story. And this is my story.